Hey everybody, I'm Jeremy and this is Mark.
Hello.
And I love Martin guitars, and you have never played a Martin guitar.
Never.
Which is bonkers to me. So the Martins that I have behind us, the first one is a pretty much brand new bone stock D18E with the Fishman pickup. Beside that is a 1996 Martin D18 VS. So this is from the vintage series. This is a slot head, 12 fret, different but still pretty similar guitar. In the middle here, this is a wild card. This is a Martin D41 from 1970, East Indian rosewood back and sides, spruce top, ebony bridge, ebony fingerboard, and then also just tons of pearl. It looks beautiful all the way across. Now, continuing the idea of Martin guitars is this Huss and Dalton TDM. So this is a D18 style guitar, but it's built by Huss and Dalton in Stanton, Virginia. This is just like full-blown, full-tilt, boutique, hot-rodded D18. And then on the far side is a wild card. This is the Padgett Guitars Model 1. This is, so it's a little, not quite the same shape, but Engelmann spruce top, and then Honduran mahogany back and sides, ebony bridge, ebony fingerboard, different scale length. Anyway, nerdy stuff. 25.5-inch scale length. Everything else is standard Martin scale length.
Sweet.
So, all that to say, Mark, you ready to try some Martins?
Yeah.
Cool.
I've been looking forward to this because I mean, my uncle is a huge Martin fan, and like when I was like looking to get a new acoustic guitar, I ended up getting a Taylor, but I told you I played a Guild. You have a beautiful Guild, which I really liked.
Yes.
But when I picked up the Taylor, it just immediately felt like home. So I was like, I'm not gonna go like looking. This feels like this is right for me. You know.
It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and you see the whole menu and you're like, I'm sure there's delicious things, but you nail it on the first one.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm gonna have this for yeah.
But this might totally change my gospel.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I have loved Martin guitars. I mean, I was 14 and fell in love with Martin guitars, and I just think they're so cool, and I want more people to know about them. So, all right, I'll get you set up. I'll get you tuned up on the D18E. Guitar number 1, 2019 or 2020 Martin D18E.
Alrighty. Neck shape on these things? Like
they called this neck carve the performing artist profile. So it's a low oval. It's a C shape.
Okay.
But they changed their neck shape. This whole model they call it the reimagined. So they basically took the 18 series in 2012 and relaunched it, and they did a whole bunch of things. They moved back to ebony bridge and fingerboard from rosewood. They went back to the silkscreen logo. They went to the open gear tuners, and they changed the neck profile. Mm-hmm. They kind of give the whole thing like it's a new look, but they pulled a ton of like vintage.
I think it was a lot different than my Taylor in terms of, I'm mostly, as we know, you and I know, an electric player, but
yeah,
it's pretty. I like that.
Yeah, and it's super enjoyable to like hear from this perspective too. It's really warm and balanced, and it seems like it plays well into your style.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Cool. So this is a great place to start. These are like $2,500 or so new. You can get these used around $1,800 if you're lucky, $2,000.
Oh, okay.
But they're like, I mean, a full-blown professional guitar. So this is a great place to start.
Sweet.
So now we'll go into a little stranger territory. All right, up second, this is a 1996 Martin D18 VS. The main differences with this, so it's still very similar, spruce top, mahogany back and sides, ebony bridge, ebony fingerboard. Wider neck.
I was going to say, it's chunkier.
Bigger neck, it's a V shape. So this is very similar to the Eric Clapton 28, that style of. And then the biggest differences are here and here. So slot headstock, which is a very different experience to restring and play, and And then there's also it meets at the 12th fret instead of the 14th.
This one definitely feels chunkier and It definitely has more of a manly neck on it.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term.
It sounds very different. There's like way more depth and texture to the single notes.
Is it lighter than that one?
It might be.
Possibly.
So it's also what, 20 couple years old now. So
right.
yeah, so it's dried out a lot. It's seasoned. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Immediately I could hear the
ooh. All right, so we're gonna skip the D41 for a minute because we're staying with mahogany and spruce. So this is made 30 miles from here. It's made by Huss and Dalton. They're in Stanton, Virginia. This is a 2009 TDM. So this is their take on a traditional mahogany dreadnought. So very cool guitar. This is my daily driver. I'm partial.
Are you like the original owner? Like this
no.
is like your...
So I bought this one used about a year ago. I found this one for $2,000. And since then, no one has found one for $2,000. So this one's way different, and this one's probably market about $3,000 now.
Wow. Might be my favorite so far.
Cool. That's good to hear.
Believe it or not. Man. Definitely, it's very balanced, tonally speaking, like from the low end to the high end. Not that these weren't, but I felt immediately on that slot-headed stuff.
Yeah.
I felt like the wolfiness of the low end come through, and I can feel that here, but it's more balanced.
And you're not losing the highs.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it still feels bright. So
that is the main appeal for most people to a mahogany dreadnought. Is that the EQ is pretty flat, and you're gonna get most strings the same volume, and you're not gonna, where on a rosewood dreadnought, there's a big scoop, like tons of bass, tons of highs. It's just a different EQ. But yeah, as you can tell, like this is just like, if you think about guitars like Chili or Gumbo, like it's an idea, but there's a lot of liberty in how you can put it together. And you can see with this, just the variables of like best materials, best construction, best finish, all of those things. So this is just like the hot rodded version of the same thing. Cool.
I mean, and the fretboard feels... It just feels comfortable to play, like it's kind of like a guitar that you've played a million times, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just feels...
And this is the carve on the neck, this is their vintage feel, but you can tell like it is still not as like dramatic. Like,
it's in between those.
Yeah,
I feel
there's like, it's a V, but it's not like, I feel like I'm playing a slice of pizza or Yeah.
No, I like it a lot.
Cool. Now I want to throw you a total wild card curveball, and I want you to play the Padgett Model 1. All right, so here is it. Like I said a minute ago, it's a bit of a wild card. This is the Padgett Model 1. So this is technically a different shape, but it fits in a dreadnought case. It's the same dimensions, but basically like we took some space off the sides, we added some space on the back, but still Engelmann spruce, mahogany back and sides, ebony bridge, ebony fingerboard. This is a 13 fret guitar, so it means instead of 12 or 14. But this guitar is brand new to me. Ben, this is the second guitar he's built in his new shop, but still generally in the D18 world. Has a very crispy volute back here on the back of the headstock.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a it feels. It's funny, all these necks, it's like so different, but it's still the same in a way at the same time. But this neck feels like my Taylor.
Yeah.
A bit.
Very round, like there's no V to it at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's...
So I noticed this guitar is way louder. This guitar was clipping.
Was it?
Where the others weren't.
Really?
Yeah.
It has some, like, it resonates well against your body. Like, it feels, you know how sometimes when you play acoustic guitars, it can feel lifeless and dead if you don't feel that.
Yeah.
Almost.
And if I don't, like, feel it, like, in my side and in my belly, yeah. So Ben is meticulous as far as like tuning the tops and tuning the backs, making sure that they are paired well together, that it makes for a whole resonant guitar. So yeah, this one's a total wild card, but
this might be okay to do this too.
Yeah.
Let me try this real quick. Let me try a different slide because. It has that thing where it's like I can see using this like tracking just like a sweet, like pretty kind of rhythm track. I can see it using slide and getting aggressive with it. It seems like it could do a lot, like as far as being like a chameleon of a guitar.
Yeah.
And since it kind of straddles the lines, like you were saying, of being a hybrid between some things, it makes complete sense. So
yeah, it's cool. This one is unbound by the tradition that all of these. It also
like
is
so light. I feel like it's like a balloon that's about to fly away.
Yeah.
Almost. It's really cool, and this is so pretty. I mean, that's like an eye catcher immediately.
Just how much time he put into that, because each piece of black is ebony, like it is ebony that he had to process and make strips of this wood, and
it's thinner than like a toothpick too. Some of these little, strips of that.
Yeah, and it's up here on the headstock as well.
I like the headstock shape too.
I know, dude. I feel like that must be the hardest thing if you're a guitar designer.
Yeah.
Do a thing that looks nothing like anyone else.
Yeah.
And like where Martin has just been like, we're just kind of square.
Yeah. That's cool, dude. Thank you for letting me play that. Yeah,
you are the first person in the world to play a Model 1 other than me and Ben.
Dang.
So, all right. So the last one. This is we're leaving D18 territory. We're headed into closer to a D28. This is a D41. This is a 1970 Martin D41. This is the second year of production for the D41. Very, very similar to the D45, but smaller inlays and less abalone on the back and sides. This one also is East Indian rosewood. It's not Brazilian. Some of these would have been Brazilian in 1969, but this model was introduced right at the end of Brazilian. But this is just kind of iconically classic Martin vibes.
Yeah,
so,
it looks it. It looks it. And then again, this is like a mixture between those two.
Yeah.
I feel like. This is an older guitar. So like. Yeah, man. And after playing through all these, like my Taylor, I can play it like an electric guitar. These won't let me.
Yeah.
It's funny because like there's stuff I was like, don't do that. You're not gonna be able to do that because it doesn't. Yeah, it's interesting playing acoustic guitars. From one to the next, just how different it even feels to hold it. You know what I mean? So it's like it's making me play differently every time. Sloppy playing today, buddy.
Well, this one's This one also has higher action than the others, so this will be a little harder to play.
Mm-hmm.
All Martins pre-1984 need a neck reset. No, that's a broad brush, but almost every one will need a neck reset. This one has not had one, which means the action is fairly high.
Yeah, it's definitely it's harder to play than the other ones. It's cool though. It has mojo.
Yeah, and that's what I like. It just looks, because all the yellowing of the lacquer and the the abalone, which I don't typically like a ton of abalone, but I think these big hexagons are cool.
They're very 70s.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and that, like, I love Neil Young, and so for me, I'm like, Neil Young, like Harvest Moon or Harvest, any like Old Man, all those songs, like, that's why I wanted one of these.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
It's cool. Did he write all those records on this guitar? Like,
yeah, so he has, what, a 65? You guys can help me. I think he's a 65 D45.
Oh.
And he wrote, like, basically all of Harvest. So we'll play enough that I won't get in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Or, like... But yeah, I mean, it's just like a time capsule, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's cool, man. Thank you for letting me play all those.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's funny. We're kind of getting ready for this video and we realized, like, I have this whole kind of tour of Martin guitars.
You do?
And,
I have to say, though, this might be my favorite.
that's awesome. That's good to hear.
So, sorry, Martin, but...
No. So Tony Policastro recently made a video called "The Best Martins Are Not Made by Martin,"
Oh, that's
and he said
funny.
the same thing, which is because you have like a D18 has existed in some form for almost 100 years, and the 1930s, and so 90 years, and you've now gotten to a place where so many people are building such great, like. They've got the ethos of this guitar, and now, you know, like Thompson makes amazing 18s, but they're all super expensive. Like you look at $2,500 new. They don't make this anymore, but this is like $2,800 value now, and then the Huss and Dalton is $4,600.
Wow.
So it's considerably more expensive. So
now let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
Because I've never played like a double O or triple O.
Yeah.
And I've always, obviously, you know, like the Clapton model or like the Mayer.
Yep.
Do you ever play like the Mayer model?
Yeah, so those are both OMs.
Okay. How does that feel, like comparatively to these?
They have a little less volume, a little less presence, and they're a smaller body, so they're 3/4 of an inch shallower, an inch, and 3/4 of an inch. I'll double check, but they're smaller all around.
Okay.
They would feel and sound very different. The future of dreadnoughts, like most builders, like almost no new builders are building dreadnoughts. And I think that's because they've been done so many times for so long. But yeah, that's a really interesting question.
Do you think that there are a lot of builders who are thinking about the electric guitarist that's also gigging in bars and stuff that would want a cutaway, that want more fret access? Do you know what I mean? Like
some builders are, but I would say most are not.
Okay.
The hottest trend in the acoustic guitar world right now is the crazy overhand fingerstyle, incredibly light action. Like if you look at Greenfield guitars, you look at that's where most of the super high end acoustics are going.
Where does that dude Mike Dawes? What does he play?
Oh,
you know that cat?
Yeah, I don't know what he plays. I'll check and I'll put it in here. That is interesting. I think right now most acoustic guitar player or most of the bar musicians, Taylor still.
It's me.
Yeah, this has been a really fun tour of all the Martins that I have, and just introducing a friend to a thing that I care about a lot. So, any questions, comments, slanderous remarks? Let us know in the description down below. Which one did you like best? Which one do you think if you were here hanging out with us, which one would you want to play? So, good to see you guys. Mark Hopkins, tell them how people can find you.
Mark Hopkins Music on YouTube, Instagram, same thing.
Awesome. Go check out his channel and follow. I love At Home with Mark. It's just these amazing long-form conversations with musicians and builders and designers and just people that add so much value to your guitar playing. Just, hang on, add so much value to your life. Thanks, buddy. This has been super fun hanging out. Bye, everybody.
See you, bud. Almost like I have a harder time pressing these strings down. Like
yeah.
I'm having to work a little bit harder.
So I think
you know what I mean?
think this one has medium strings on it, where everything else has lights.
But I mean, I play 13s on my
that's true.
Taylor.